You like Trump? Good girl. You like Biden? Alright, good evening y'all. Got a power supply here. It's a 123 built 400 amp power supply, and it had 8 modules bad in it. So I had to take all of them out and put 8 more back in it, rewired up. It had some wire in it, but it's aluminum clad. It's not copper clad. So I took all that out of that because it didn't want to solder very well. It's probably the worst soldering wire I've ever seen. It just don't want to take any solder. Maybe the first time when you put it in it did, but it just don't want to take it. It's aluminum clad, it's real light. And I put 10 gauge wire in it that Fat Boy sells, but it's just as big as the damn 8 gauge wire that they sell now. And surely it's way better than this, because this, like I said, this is aluminum clad. This is the stuff that Fat Boy sells now. It ain't much difference in it. It's a few strands, which this won't go together good because it's aluminum clad. Versus that, that's a little difference, but not much. Very little difference in the size. And the amperage care on it is way better than that 8 gauge was in it. That was aluminum clad. So it's all new wire put in it, 8 new modules, and everything's hooked back up like it was. It's got a fan back in the back, a nice insulator. It's got the it just runs from one. There's actually 3 modules on it. Is it 3 or 4? Maybe 4 modules. It's just 3 modules that's actually on the radio side where you can run a radio off of, and that's just this is 15 volts here. I think it's probably drops down with those diodes, probably drops down to 13.8 or something, but I got this set at 15.2 and it's got 12 modules in it. And I like the way Danny puts these little aluminum hold downs. I mean, not aluminum, copper hold downs. It's a clamp, and you put your wire in between it, and that screws over top it and compresses against them. Nice idea. I just ain't been able to find them, which I can really look for them. But he's got a little module here to run the meters up front. Good idea. And I signed it again and put the date on that, and I put a little oil on that. That's what's dripped down through that. A little cutting oil, because these doesn't rust it over top really bad. Probably see that one, maybe. It's so I put a little oil on them so it wouldn't rust away. and this is the wiring in it. Each switch goes to 3 modules in it. And you got a main one. This is the main one. Turns on first, that turns this one on. Of course, it turns this little power supply on, and that sets you. It turns your meters on. So this one's got to be turned on first. I labeled it. So this one you turn on, and then each switch just turns on 3 more modules. So, and it's run on 220. And I had to put new fuses in it. Had to take it apart to get them out of it. It wasn't hard to work on. It wasn't as hard as I was thinking it was going to be. It wasn't too bad. I took one of these rods out, loosened all them up. Took one rod out over here on this side. This one, I think, so you could cock it, the module out, get it out there. It wasn't too bad. Was a little time consuming because I had to add new wire on them, and put a little strap across the 2 hots the way he had it on there, which that's a good idea too. And I set all the voltages to, it was 15.8 I think, and I turned them all down to 15.2. It might show 15.3 or 15.4 on the meter. I don't know. I ain't looked at it yet, but so let's plug it up and see if it even runs. Where my camera's mounted, it don't cover my whole table. The cord on it's not very long. So where I got to plug it up at, over on the side of the table under, this barely reaches. So let's plug it up. I hope it ain't gonna be no bang or nothing. Alright. I had to make sure these modules come in on 110. So you gotta flip that little switch over on the side to make sure it's 220. Don't hook up one to 220 if it's the little switch is on 110. It will blow it up. Believe me, you'll forget. But they got a little switch on the side. You gotta make sure they're 220. But yeah, it had a bunch of bad ones in it. And I went back with the Super Nights. Got the good ones. These been good to me. I've got a power supply built out of them, pretty much the same as this one. A couple more modules, but pretty much the same thing, just in a different cabinet. But yeah, that's what I put in it. So let's hit the switch on it, see if it runs. Okay. The fan's on, so the model's on. The gauge is lit up in the front. Can't see that, but they're lit up. And it's showing 15.3 volts. And then, like I said, each flip switch throws on 3 more modules. So that's right. There's 2 sets of them. That's 3, 4. All of them's running. Seem to be no troubles. Little cutting oil on these threads. Rods was rusting bad too, so I kind of put a little oil and it wicks down. It's cutting oil. It's actually for aluminum, but it just that stuff, you put one little drop and it just goes way down. Okay, tighten everything back up. I'm pretty much going through a check in my head of it. The back's tight, that's tight, then that's tight. Sides on, wires will hook back up to each fuse block. So each three of these modules got its own fuse in the back. That's the way he's got this made. He's got a rail down through there, and the wire comes off that rail and ties to that. It's a good deal. So, alright, the load tester on it. So we're looking for 400 amps, close to it, as close as we possibly get to it. This is it here. That's milliamps. There's 50 on here, 100, 200, 300, 400 amps. Let's see, 443 amps on here. Let's see if this is right. 100 amps on there, 103 amps, 107 amps there, 105. As it builds up heat, and this is closer to it, and this is further away. This one's probably more right than this one because of the distance of it. You get a little variance in that, but it's up and running. This thing gets hot really fast. It's 300 amps. And the voltage ain't pulling down very much, so 14 volts, showing 15 over here. Showing 14 over here. I trust this more than I would that. But there it is, back up and going. This thing is screaming right now. The wires are good and flexible. It puts a hell of a load on them. So it'll be a good time to put these wires up. When they cool back down, they'll whew! The connectors there is hot as hell. These things pull down, the wires will take that shape and they'll stay there. Let's put this hot ass thing out of the way. You heat your house off that. Yeah, it sounds a little loud, but by the time you put the top and bottom on it, it's going to quiet down a little bit. See that top knocked a lot of it down. Top on, top off. Yeah. This is actually the bottom plate. I don't see the top plate. He might have brought that down here with that top plate on. Matter of fact, I think he did. I think he brought it there and he had a top plate on it, I think. Well, maybe there it is up there. Yeah. Yeah, top plate's here. I think he did break it down here with golf, I think, but or maybe it didn't have a screw or two. I think it was too much trouble taking it off. I think Danny's little dog got missing. I hate that he lost his little dog. I knew he loved that little thing. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Watching me screw. I put in a wall of plugs. Over here I got different 120 plugs. All your 110s are pretty much the same, at least here in the United States, but I don't know why they got so many damn 220 plugs. They got a 220 with one's like the 110 and the other one's laid flat, and then you got the two that's laid flat, and which that plug interchange. That's about a plug I got, and then you got the dryer plugs, and it's 4 or 5 different kinds of them, and then you got your twist locks, and I put in 4 of the different plugs to accommodate some of the stuff that comes down here. So yeah, that's that was something. Where's that other screw I was seeing? There it is. See more. I was looking for screws that got rust on them. It's got a little rust on it, so I put a little oil on it. This stuff has got a little funky smell to it. What's kind of unique to itself is aluminum cutting oil. It sure does wick down and don't take much. It sure makes life easier when you take it in and out screws all the time. Hopefully this won't have to be gone into. It was built in 2015. It's been a 10-year run. I mean, them modules used to be, I think we was getting them for like $10 a piece. And then it jumped up to about 18, I think. Maybe 22 now. That's what they gave for these, which I didn't buy them. The guy that Power Supply this is, he bought them and I gave him to send them to me. Just all I got to charge him for is the ferrite, the wire, and the work. Switch on the front, it had a switch pad. I put a new switch on it. And a good switch now is pretty expensive. I ain't putting no bullshit when put one like Danny's got on the front of it on there. Alright, battery went dead. Alright, I put the feet on it. Got to put the feet on it. Just as soon as I tightened them all up, I remembered right then and there and got the feet put on it. So the feet's on it. There it is, all well and good now. So all I gotta do is put the screws on it. And hold them down good. Right, somebody put some what colors on that. Hold all in. Put new fuses in it. Each one of them's 10 amp, and I think I didn't have 10 amp, and I put 8s in it. But you just seen it pull 400 amps like it's supposed to, and it didn't blow a fuse. So, but them some good 8 amps. It was in there. It's old type ones, not this new bullshit you get from Harbor Freight. Some of them not even right size, they won't even fit in these. So you gotta make sure you put good ones in. So there it is. Alright, there it is. Some sharp corners on it. shit out of you. Cut the little tips off. It ain't like it ain't got little chips in the paint, so don't go complaining about that. I'd rather have a chip in the paint than a cut and then bleed all over every damn thing. It's nice and mine chalk now. Cut the living shit out of it. And like me, I take and put mine up underneath the table. That'll keep some noise out of you receiving everything. But it's better than what it was. And like I said, I put a switch on it there. That one was going out. Got the bad switch on it here. That's a bad switch there. It don't sound bad, but it is bad. It ain't make a connection from one to the other, so there it is. Them switches right there is worth a whole lot nowadays because they just don't make anything like it any good. This one is the best I could find. It seems to be a good one, but it ain't as click. It don't click as tight as these, but that's the best I could find. So, there you go. And the way that is double poled. So, yeah. Alright then, y'all have a good day. I appreciate it. The 8123 power supply back up and going again. So y'all have a good day. Later. Oh, cost me to put that plug in. Cost me of which he don't have to pay for that. But to put those plugs in over there, it's 4 plugs in a box about that big. By the time I bought the box and a length of wire and all that shit. And that's only on a 25 amp 220 breaker. I want it to flip, so if anything was to happen, it flip kind of easy without burning everything up. I got another 220 that's got, I think it's a 50 amp on it. So if everything works right, I plug it up to the bigger, nicer one. But this one, it didn't need it. I plugged it up to that one. So there you go. All right. Have a good day. Later.